What advantage does sexual reproduction have compared to asexual reproduction? The main advantage is that with each generation you can remix the genes. Now, by asexual reproduction we mean you simply clone an individual. So you just simply copy all the DNA that's there and split that in two, and that's how a lot of microbes reproduce themselves. And so you do have two new organisms, but they have exactly the same DNA. That means if there is any mistakes, any mutations in the first organism, they are going to just get copied and all of the other organisms will have it. Sexual reproduction means that you have two of each set of genes. So that means if one is damaged, usually the normal one will compensate for the one that is damaged. So that's one advantage. The other is with each generation, the pairs of genes get split up and then remixed with a set from the other parent. So we split it up into two half sets, that's called haploid, and then the two half sets, one half set from each parent come together and you have a complete set again. So that you've got some mixing and matching. So that means you can compensate for any damaged genes, but the very good thing about it is that's how we get variation. So even without that problem of disease, which we wouldn't have had in the very good world that God made, we still get the wonderful variation because you get mixing and matching. There's a lot of variation that's normal, that's not disease-causing mutations, it's just variation. And so with sexual reproduction, that's how we get all of the different characteristics that we see in different people and in different animals as well. Can the theory of evolution explain sexual reproduction? It's actually one of the big problems in evolution, and occasionally you will see in the professional literature, how did this happen? How did we go from a simple process where you simply just copy the DNA, split the cell in two, and there you are, two individuals? Whereas sexual reproduction involves a lot of extra steps in terms of having to split up the pairs, remake them. So that is a lot of cellular machinery, and nobody knows how you can go from one to the other in individual steps. It's all got to be there before it will work. So that is one of the great unknowns of evolution, not a problem for God, who knew about it in the first place.